Is September 29th, 2017. It's a Friday, and my name is Bill McCamley. I'm a state representative from Las Cruces and Santa Fe with your legislative update for the evening. So yesterday, there were 10 bills that were placed into law that had been illegally vetoed by the governor during the legislative session. And the judge that was hearing the case regarding these vetoes, and for those of you that have watched this videos, you know that when she vetoed them, she didn't put a message on there, which is required by our Constitution. And people from our House and Senate took that to court, saying these vetoes aren't valid. The judge agreed about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and just today, the Secretary of State filed those into law. Now, the governor could try to appeal that ruling to the Supreme Court, but as of now, those 10 bills are in law. And there's 3 bills in that set that I really care about. The first allows for cities to keep trenches open. So if they go in and say, we're going to look at this gas line or water line, you can leave that trench open for people to put broadband in. And this is important because we need more broadband, and one of the most expensive things about installing broadband is actual trenching. So this is the most basic version of a public-private partnership, but it's a no-brainer. I think it passed unanimously. That's now going to be a law. There's 2 other laws that I was involved with personally. The first was allowing for computer science to count as a math or science credit in high school, and the second one allows for industrial hemp research to happen here in New Mexico, according to the federal farm bill. So these are now law. As I said before, if she appeals them, she's going to lose. The law is on our side in this. So if you care about hemp, you should call New Mexico State University. The Board of Regents there is now responsible for promulgating these rules. So as soon as they put rules in for hemp saying what research is, then we can start on that process. I know a lot of people care about that. And if you care about computer science, you can call your local school board and call your local high schools and say, hey, look, there's not that many schools with computer science as a credit, and now high school kids can actually take these classes and use them as their math or science classes to graduate. So those are out there, and you can get involved in that. The second thing I want to talk to you about today was more science education. So as many people know, I feel very strongly that the proposed changes by the Education Department to politicize, and that's what's happening, science education, by taking out evolution, climate change, and the age of the earth from new science standards, and I'm opposing that pretty hard. I actually met with the new Secretary of Education today and told him exactly what I thought about what he's doing. And he said, well, we have a lot of people in the state who think that intelligent design should be put in, where you basically say, you know, God created the earth 5,000 years ago. And I said, look, this is science, and you shouldn't put politics into the scientific process. I want to read a letter from the Los Alamos National Labs Foundation, at least a part of it, where they kind of agree with me. And here's part of their letter. First of all, they talked about transparency, and they said these rules changes that they're proposing weren't run by anybody. No one got to see them. No teachers, no scientists, no one got to see what they wanted to do. And the second part they had was a direct criticism of the proposals. They say proposed changes diminish the rigor, accuracy, and possible outcomes of science education. By allowing politics to supersede best educational practices, the proposed revisions reinforce the root causes of the weaknesses of the New Mexico education system. And they have a 2-page letter that they came out very strongly against these changes. You're going to see scientists across the state to do this. And I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago where this is horrible for education. It's really bad for job creation for a whole host of reasons. And it's morally wrong to allow for religious or political views to get into the scientific process. And we had a staff member from PED during a committee that I was involved with in February come in and basically say we were told to politically sanitize these things. And so if you want to oppose this, you can do 2 things. Number 1, you can send an email to rule.feedback@state.nm.us. I will be doing this. Or you can show up to a public comment period on October 16th, starting at 9 in the morning in Santa Fe. I will be getting up at 4 in the morning and going up for that as well. This is a really important thing for the state. Getting these new science standards will allow our kids to compete for jobs both nationally and internationally. If we dumb them down, they're not going to be able to do so as well. And it'll let us create more jobs in the state by showing that we're serious about working on these things that scientists across the world understand and know. So that's my update for the day. As always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns on these or any of the issues, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching this and hope everyone has a killer weekend. Bye.